I'm terrified right now. As some of you know, parted ways with my full-time job last week, but in that decision was also another that was my decision not to pursue full-time employment anymore. And it was actually a really easy decision to come to when I thought about it. For my last 3 positions, I have, towards the end of my time there, or right around the time it got to about a year of me being there, I would start to get physically ill, to where I would be throwing up multiple times or just in so much physical pain that I could not go. I couldn't move to work, couldn't go to work. And you know, if that's not a big enough sign that something is wrong and something needs to change, I would have panic attacks just walking to my office building. I would I just was deeply unhappy. I love how this is giving me all the radiation. But I was just deeply unhappy, and you know, I looked for another job, and I'd look for another institution, and I'd like it enough, and then something would happen, and the same thing would inevitably come again. And so after last week, after I lost my job, I took a nap. That was the very first thing that I did, was took a nap. And I said, I am exhausted. And I was. My back was out. I could not move. I had been on my back for, I think at that point, it was like maybe like hour number 30 of just being stuck on my back and in so much pain that I would cry just even getting up going to the bathroom, because you don't realize how many muscles you use in your back until you can't use the muscles in your back well. And so I was laying on the couch, and I was trying everything I could to get up because I really had to go to the bathroom. And I'm trying to scoot off this way, and it's not working. I'm trying to scoot off the other way, and I'm just, you know, crying. And I live alone, so there was no one to help me. And I just said, I closed my eyes, and I swear God talked to me. And I don't believe that God is a man or a woman. I don't think God is bound by gender. I think God is a spirit. And that spirit can manifest in however you need it to manifest to give you peace. So my God is from Atlanta and speaks to me like, kind of like Lil Scrappy, but not like Lil Scrappy. You know what I'm saying? But like that straightforward. Like my version of God is very straightforward, because I need a kind of gut punch kind of thing. And so God straight up told me like, hey, keep your eyes closed. Because when you, okay, let me just tell you how God spoke to me, literally how it happened in my head. So I'm on the edge of my couch and I'm crying, and God is like, hey, keep your eyes closed. Bitch, I got you. Trust me, it's gonna hurt. It's not gonna be comfortable. You gonna make it though. Just trust me. You ain't even gonna open your eyes. I got you. I got you. Just step when I tell you to step. and pay attention to how I tell you to move. And I did. And somehow I made it to the bathroom. And from that point on, I said, God, if you tell me to move, I'm going to move. And if you tell me to be still, I'm going to be still. Period. So, there were a lot of things that went down with my job at the end. And my ego was really bruised about a lot of things. And I wanted to bring all of it to the attention, because your ego is a hustler. Your ego is always concerned with the things that you identify with and your worth, your self-worth. The ego needs to know. The ego needs its street cred. The ego is the one who's like, put some respect on my name, right? Your soul doesn't need that, because the soul knows who and what it is. It doesn't need affirmation, But the ego, however, does the most. So my ego was doing the most, and was really having trouble just signing my separation agreements, because I felt so wronged, and I felt so certain things, and I just had so many feelings. And once again, my ratchet ass Atlanta God was like, bitch, I told you to let it go. I ain't gonna say nothing else about it. You have a choice to make. You can keep going down of looking for 9-to-5s and looking for positions, and I could, you can get another job. That's not the issue. But you can keep doing this, or you can listen to me. Finally, So yesterday at noon o'clock, I turned in my separation papers, and as I'm walking out, one of the people in HR was very rare. I saw a friend of mine earlier. Most people call me Jess. Most people that are not my immediate close, super close friends and family, my super close friends and family call me Jessica. They use my full name, or they call me Sunshine, or Dubb. I have nicknames, but Jess is something that usually white people, and usually people who don't know me super well, call me Jess, which is fine. I'm okay with it. But it was something that it was almost like a family familiarity. And she was like, Jessica, I hope you are good. You're well with your next steps. And I was like, you know what, baby? I'm free. I'm at complete peace. And I am. And so, part of the reason I wanted to jump on live and I kind of talk this out was to tell that story. The other was to tell, kind of my next steps. And that's the scary part, right? What happened. But what I'm feeling right now, it's a lot scarier to articulate. Whatever my credential background is, whatever jobs I've held, whatever capacities that you might have thought I have because of the titles that I hold, pale in comparison to my gifts as a healer. And so if you're a student and you've ever been a part of one of my classes, because there's some when I teach, and it's not about curriculum. I heal through teaching. I heal also through writing. I have been able to heal through a lot of different mediums, but what I just really started to understand and started to sit in is that I'm a healer. That is my calling. That is my vocation, And I'm here to help heal people. So that's what I'm going to do. What my next steps are, they're still coming to me. But what I am committed to right now is, I'll tell you what, like, kind of what my days are like. I wake up, I check in with myself. That's the very first thing that I do. I say, what do you need? What do you need today? Is it a day where you feel like being social? Like you're open and you can work and you can help people. Let me tell you something, honey. When I said, energetically, I woke up and was like, I'm ready to help people today. I'm going to do a video to open myself up to energy work today. Baby, I could barely get the time to go live this morning because my phone was like ringing, text, DMs, Facebook messages. It's like people were coming out of the woodwork to talk to me today. Because the very first thing I did when I laid in bed, that I'm going to be available. I'm going to be open today. And I swear the universe was like, okay, be open. Turn that light on, girl. Flower crown. But, have that light and it's just like it's coming. The next step that I'm doing, like right now, this week I've just been recovering from my back. I'm about what my next steps are going to be, what they're going to actually physically, logistically look like. But really, I'm just practicing staying present for the week, because that is my goal for my life, is to work and be as present as possible, because that's the place where you heal, the place where you can heal from. That's the only place you can heal from. I was just talking to my friend Emma. We went to get our masters together. And she was like, when you stuck in the past, that's depression. When you stuck in the future, that's anxiety. You want to get to the sweet spot of presence, where you can just breathe, where you can just be, and feel judgment, and not feel shame, and not feel any kind of way. I'm always super honest with y'all. So, like, thinking about doing energy work and charging it, as much as I know how good I am, as much as I know how, the first thing I want to do is say, okay, I got a math in this and who the fuck cares? I mean, people care, but to me, the best testament, the best thing that I can do, like, I want to go to a hairdresser whose hair is, you know what I'm saying? So I want to go to a healer who is at peace. I don't give a fuck if she wearing makeup, he wearing the flyest, this, got the biggest house, are you at peace? Are you happy? Can I feel and your joy? Can I feel like your vibe? Do you pull me into your peace? I'm looking for a thing. And so that's the kind of person I'm gonna end up having to work with. The kind of person who knows what I have, whatever I want into my life. What I am working on manifesting into my life is peace. And sometimes that comes with less things. Sometimes that comes with less people. Sometimes that comes in uncomfortable positions. Sometimes one of the reasons why I really, 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 really love hot yoga, and I am manifesting a Bikram yoga for myself, because it's so fucking miserable in that room. It's like 108 degrees and you're there for 90 minutes. It's awful. there's something about the misery of the condition that makes you go somewhere else in your mind and you just lock in. That's, at least that's what it's like for me. And so, you know, that kind of laser focus on self and on the present moment, that's what I want for my entire life every single day. And that's what I'm really good at healing myself. I'm really good at helping other people learn how to heal themselves. And so that's what I'm going to, period. So, you know, I am trusting the universe as to how the hows and the whys, or how the hows unfold, right? How is God. I will wait for instruction. But what I will do is I will be ready. And I will be obedient to the call when it comes. Because I've learned that, you know, opportunity doesn't wait. You can sit around and second guess yourself. You can sit around and write a pros and cons list. You can sit around and tell yourself, oh, I've tried 50,000 times, it's never gonna happen for me. You can sit around and you can complain all day long. That type of energy, it will get you nowhere. And when you're ready for a different type of life, change your vibe. Period. When you're ready to shift something in your life, shift something in your routine. Change your whole life. You know, I want to help people understand that power is theirs. You know, that you have everything, joy. You have everything you need to bring yourself prosperity. You have everything you need to bring yourself peace. You have everything. You have everything that you need. Period. You know, and I'm not perfect. I struggle with always remembering that I have anxiety. I'm a very, very, very future-oriented, like visionary, forward-thinking person. I constantly have to pull because I can see so clearly what's ahead of me. You know, that the right now is an agitation. That's all that I have is right now. I have to stay in it, you know, and I want to build a brand and to build a community of people who are not afraid to show their imperfections. There's power in your imperfections. There's power in saying, hey, I don't really know all the things, but I know a little bit. What do you know? And together we put together the pieces, you know? It's like God is omnipotent. All of us in God's likeness, and so together collectively make up the divine, not separate. Not you are not, we are. You see what I'm saying? Did you see? Now, you think this is a coincidence that when I'm talking about God and connection, that my flower count, and you see this visual effect, you think that's a coincidence? It's not. It's not at all. Hear me when I tell you that when you start to pay attention to the things in your life and you focus on your energy and you start to tell yourself a different story and you start to change your ethos, your belief system, you start to have different patterns and ways of thinking. You start to monitor your thoughts. You change your consciousness. You change your vibration. You can have anything. The universe is limitless. Abundance is the minimum, you know? And it took me so long to really step into my truth and to really step into being comfortable enough to have these conversations openly with anybody. I felt like I could have them with certain people, but I felt like, you know, I couldn't be my full self, and I couldn't say I want to do energy therapy and energy work, and I want an apothecary one day with like herbs and We can have like classes in the community, and we can teach kids about meditation, and we can teach kids about gardening through, topical medicines, and we can learn about hemp and marijuana and uplift our communities with knowledge of nature and knowledge of self and knowledge of connection and knowledge of love. Like, I feel so strongly about all of those things. And a friend of mine was telling me today, it's not an accident that I was in higher education. Sometimes you're put into those institutions to see how they're broken. And I've been fortunate enough to work in education there's a lot of people who want to help, and I think a lot of people who are working and are trying to do the right thing, but we don't. The people in student affairs, I'm speaking at the college level. The people working in student affairs, and even some of the teachers working in higher ed or in PK-12, they are so stressed. They are so anxious. They are so on edge. They are so imbalanced that I'd be afraid of them teaching my child because, and I'm not talking about curriculum. I'm talking about, can you teach my child how to be a good human being? How do you teach? They're terrified of my black son. That we're not going to get anywhere in the world. We're going to replicate the same broken systems unless we can have difficult conversations. And I know that I can do that. You know what I'm saying? I know I can hold that space. And so I'm just ready to be available for what I know I can do. I'm ready to do healing on as big as a stage as God wants me on. I am ready to work the leaders of conscious thought, peaceful thought, people who are thinking about social issues and thinking about how we can create change as individuals for collective good. Like, I really want a better world, and I feel like I can help in a big way, but through small changes. And I'm ready to do it, so I'm going to do it. So that, and this whole time I've been holding on to 2 stones. One of them is a truth stone. Let's see if you can see that. Truth. And the other one is peace. And I've been holding on to both of these the whole time because living in my truth brings me peace. Healing and working with people and doing coaching cohorts and facilitating workshops and having conversations, that's healing, and that's where I find my peace. And I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to do it fully right now. So, thank you for watching. I will be telling you what God tells me as soon as it comes, But right now, just pray for me. And if you want to reach out to me, reach out to me. If you want to talk to me, talk to me. Honestly, genuinely. If you want to have, I prefer text because I can't always physically talk. Or if you want to text me and set up a phone conversation, I'm cool with that. But now's the time to have access. I really draw boundaries around, my access, and really start my energy work in a very specific way to sustain myself as a professional energy worker. But right now, I feel more led to gain intimate community and to gain partners than I do to make money. If somebody wants to donate, I'm all for it. I will list my various ways that you can donate to me. I'm always open to receiving gifts, always. And I know that I have a lot of friends who are very giving spirits, and I love them for that. And I, too, am a very giving and generous person, and when I have, I give. Like, if you want to send me something, I always receive it, because I know that there will come a time when I'm going to give and you need it as well. But in terms of, the work, I am more inclined to just be in conversation, because like I said, I'm still working out my next steps, and I'm still kind of listening and in meditation about what my next steps look like. So I'm really open to conversation right now, to intimate conversation, to intimate dialogue around my transition. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I didn't say hi to anybody, but I'm going to post this a couple of different places. But thank you all so much for watching. Thank you always for your support. I am always blown away with the people that the universe has put in my life, because you all are my sunshine and my fertilizer. You know what I mean? Like, you feel, and I feel your prayers and your love and your light, even if you don't say anything. I feel it. So thank you for always supporting me, and have a wonderful and beautiful and life. Bye, y'all.